Hello, hello. I can't believe it's finally here. It's been 12 weeks plus in the making. Everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you on behalf of the entire Access Mode team for joining us this afternoon. There are countless places you could have been, but you chose to prioritize coming out to see Access Mode's Cohort 4 Demo Day. Thank you. Thank you. These founders have worked tirelessly over the last several weeks, building, pivoting, growing, learning, a little bit of sleep, and then they do it all over again. Um, the thing about entrepreneurship is that it requires so much of you, much more than a lot of other things do in life. And these founders have put everything on the line to bring their dreams to life. They've come together, they've trusted in Access Mode, and they've been united around one common theme, and that is human flourishing. These founders are building real businesses for the future, not just to make the future more techy, more easy, but to really improve the lives of humans. And that hits close because I'm a human, you're a human. We want folks out there ideating and innovating on that behalf. And so, before we get started, before you hear about all of these really unique, cool ideas that have been brewing and have finally come to the day when they get unveiled on stage, we have something very special to show you right before we begin. Thank you.
Ready?
Yes. I'm Jasmine Matapali. I'm the founder and CEO of the Data Love Co.
Hi, I'm Jordan, co-founder and CEO of Exploring.
My name is Yemi Oyala. I'm the founder of ICAP.
Hi, I'm Tish Scarborough, the founder and CEO of Affirmed.
Hey, my name is Avery Drake. I'm the founder and CEO of the Legacy Index.
I'm Esther Davey, the founder of Time to Play.
My name is Okechukwu Charles Nwamba. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Aquaport Tech, now known as Oxize.
Yeah, my name is Stephen Krieger. I am the program manager for Access Mode's Cohort 4. I am most excited. So for Demo Day, one of the things that genuinely has me most excited is getting to see these founders show off the work they've done. I think every person in this cohort has dug in deep. We have pushed them really hard, and they've pushed themselves even harder. And we've seen that progress and that growth. And I'm excited for them to get to show that off to the community.
They just announced their names, that's it.
As a founder, I think Access Mode changed the way I see the journey as a founder. Before, I was mainly seeing this journey as a lonely journey. Let's say 100% lonely, but now it's more part of it is lonely and part of it is with other founders around me.
Access Mode has been really great in letting us really dig deep into what we're doing and doing it in a systemic way. We've been really able to focus on positioning and finding out what our core users are, what our true ICP is.
The Access Mode team, although I joke about it and I laugh about it, they have really helped me think outside of myself. A lot of times as founders, you can create in a vacuum and you can think from one lens, and they have really shown me this new world and exposed me to this new light and challenged me in a way that forces me to think about things more dynamically, more strategically. And they've also given me the toolkit and empowered me to do that.
Yeah, what Perry said. Basically, he was telling us about the fact that access mode, when you come to access mode, you don't have to bring anything polished. Actually, we look for those who are not coming to say they have it all figured out. Come with your raw materials and we will help you every single step of the way. That is exactly who access mode is at the core. So now that we spent a little bit of extra time giving you an insight, a sneak peek into the other videos that are upcoming, I will not waste your time because the founders are really the stars. Let's go ahead and give them a really big round of applause as they begin their pitches. Welcome to Cohort 4 Demo Day.
Travel creators are the front door to exploring the world. They inspire over 140 million trips a year, accounting for a whopping $200 billion in bookings. Their reward? Zero. Despite the massive influence of the content, there's no way to connect it to the booking, so no way to reward them. I'm building Trameter to help millions of travel creators earn from the trips their content inspires. Let me show you.
Okay. So, think about the last trip you took, or maybe the one you're already dreaming about. There's a good chance that was inspired by some content you saw online. Maybe a TikTok video, a travel blog, or even a reel that made you say, I want to go here. This is how millions of travelers now discover new places all over the world. Content creators are driving over 140 million trips every single year, which accounts for over $200 billion in bookings. But that's where the fun ends for them. You see, when you get inspired by content, you naturally leave that content to go to plan your trip on Expedia or some other travel platform. Once you make your booking, those platforms earn and keep 100% of the commission. And the creator who inspired that trip gets nothing. That's over $4 billion in potential revenue to creators that is lost. And this happens for two reasons. One, there's no way to connect the content to the booking when it happens. And even if there was, these platforms are not built to share. And that's what Trameter fixes today. We've built Trameter as an AI platform that converts any piece of travel content across the entire internet into a complete bookable trip in seconds. So the creator who inspired those trips can finally earn from them. And the cool part is Trameter works everywhere, on blogs, TikToks, YouTube, whatever. All the creator has to do is post the content, add a button, you get inspired, you click on that button, and our AI ingests the entire content and builds the full trip from that content in seconds. Once you book, the creator earns automatically. And this is huge because today creators drive the biggest bookings in travel, and AI is good enough to turn messy content into instant bookable trips. Now, if you compare us to the biggest player in our industry, it's called Stay 22. They put affiliate links on blogs, and they pay creators a fraction of that revenue. Trameter is light years ahead. We don't look at a single link on a blog. We convert the entire content itself into a full trip, and we pay the creator on every component. And this is just not an idea anymore. We've made major partnerships that gives us access to over 95% of airlines, millions of hotels, experiences, and events. We've gotten our own travel licenses to book travel globally, and we've processed over $180,000 in bookings so far. I'm an engineer with a master's in human computer interaction. I built our AI system, and my co-founder, Victoria, has over 20 years of experience, and she drives all of our partnerships. Today, content creators have a different reality. But with Trameter, they're about to experience an even better one, where they get paid for every trip inspired by the content. But better yet, creators are going to be part of the future where social and travel comes together. So if you're a traveler or you're a content creator who is excited about this opportunity, please come say hi and check us out at trameter.com. Thank you. This one? Yeah.
Hello, hello. Ah, there it is. Well, hey, I am Brandon. I am one of the founders from Cohort 2. And I'm the founder of a company called Independently. But we're here to talk with Fair about Tremeter.
Yeah.
So great job, by the way.
Thank you.
So right now, most content creators, they don't earn off their content. So what made you so passionate about this topic?
So when we started Trameter, we didn't set out to build for creators, actually. We were building a faster travel engine, and then we wanted to make it easier for people not to spend so many hours when they're trying to plan their trips. And we kind of stumbled on the problem, why are they even spending hours in the first place? And that's because they always have to go recreate the content itself. They have to do the research and all of that. So we thought, what about if you make the content a trip? If you turn the content itself into the trip? And along the way, we found out creators don't even get paid while that is happening. And like I said, it's over $4 billion. So that was exciting enough for us to get into the space.
Man, that is a ton of money. So how are you hoping to reach the creators?
So that's pretty easy, actually. Creators don't make anything. So if you go to any creator platform like blogs or something, you would always see a contact me form, like 100%. So that's the easiest part, actually getting in touch with them. And we've partnered with over 50 creators already, and we're talking to more of them as we head towards launch.
Man, that is impressive. Great job.
Thank you.
So, you mentioned that AI, it got good enough.
Yeah.
So with AI, why can't somebody just go and recreate this with AI? What's special about your product and your trips specifically?
Yeah, so it sounds exciting, and it actually looked easy until we got started. There's a lot of proprietary algorithms that we've built on top of the AI component of this. The AI part is mostly in processing the content itself, but how you convert that into an actual trip that someone can take. And any type of trip, be it a family trip, a group trip, a solo trip, a road trip, it doesn't matter. We've built the algorithm that can adjust itself to all types of trips, and that is unique to us. So it's not something you can just whip up. If not, it would exist today.
Man, that is just awesome. Okay, so last question. What's your favorite place you've gotten to travel, and what do you love about it?
I'd say Vermont. It's really nice, really beautiful, really quiet. It's weird. Everybody goes to bed really early, but that aside, it's a really wonderful place. Like I really, really love the silence and the activeness of it as well.
Man, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Once again, you did a fantastic job. Can we give him another round of applause?
Thank you.
For 3 decades, mining discoveries have collapsed. By 2035, the world will only produce 70% of the copper needed to maintain our modern lifestyle. Eventually, we'll have to leave one nation in the dark so another can keep the lights on. Exploring changes that we turn 6 months of work into 5 weeks, delivering geo targets that are 4 times more accurate at finding critical minerals.
Copper, lithium, cobalt, titanium. The list is long. The mining industry spends 12 billion every year searching for minerals. Yet, for every 1,000 projects they fund, only one succeeds. As a geological engineer, I've seen firsthand how billion-dollar deposits are missed, not because the minerals aren't there, but because the tools we use to find them simply aren't good enough. That's why we are building Explorian. The core problem is that critical exploration decisions, like where to drill, are made from data silos. Geologists still use legacy tools, relying on subjective bias and manual interpretations. As a result, the discovery rate has collapsed for 3 decades in a row. Finding new deposits is getting harder every single year. So, I combine my expertise, having worked in mining operations across more than 10 countries, with my co-founders, we designed a unified data synthesis tool. In simple terms, a tool that allows mining companies to filter out 70 to 90% of barren ground and find the best point to drill. You might ask, how do I know that's the solution? I know it because we already have mining companies using it. That being said, we make money in 3 different ways: charging SaaS subscriptions, taking royalty on successful projects, and developing our own assets. Now, what makes Experience unique? The answer is our system design. Backed by the world's first institutions, our technology innovates by bringing cross-continental inferences. I know. In plain English, it means Experiment can find minerals both in data-rich regions like North America and data-scarce regions like Africa. Now, take a look around you. Seriously. Your phone, the lights above your head. 99% of things you see and touch are made of minerals. Minerals are the backbones of what we call modern life, and Experiment knows the best way to find them. I'm looking to connect with more mining professionals and investors. So, book a call with me if you don't want to miss the opportunity right below your feet. Thank you. Yes.
Can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Thanks, Jordan. It's great to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
I'm Marcella, founder from Cohort 2 of Access Mode. I loved everything you shared with us. I wanted to just jump in. Why should people care about minerals?
As I was saying earlier, almost everything in our day-to-day life uses minerals. Our computers, our phones, everything. Even in this building, if you look around. But 10 years from now, around in 2035, if you don't find, for example, enough copper, we're going to run 30% low. Basically, we're going to produce the whole world, just 70% of the copper needed to provide and keep our same lifestyle. Meaning, the only way to change that is to find more efficient ways to get these minerals. That's why minerals matters.
Thank you. Can you share how many mining projects are currently using Explorian?
In total, we have 4 mining projects. We have one in Canada focusing on copper and nickel. We have one in the US for gold. And we have 2 in Africa, one in Namibia and one in Cameroon. The one in Namibia, it's focusing on nickel and uranium, and the one in Cameroon in gold.
Awesome. What's a key milestone you expect to achieve within the next 6 to 12 months?
Within the next 12 months, 6 to 12, the first goal is to expand to 5 projects for each of the countries we are currently operating in, and expand to new countries in 3 different regions. In North America, expand to Mexico, and in South America, entering the Chile market because Chile is the world's biggest producer for copper. And in Africa, expand to countries like Zambia and Morocco. That's our goal in the next 12 months.
That's exciting. And one more question for you. How can we help you on this journey?
The best way would be if you know someone who knows someone who works in the mining industry, it would be great talking to that person.
Thank you, Jordan. Such a pleasure to hear your presentation today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I cannot stand summer camp signups. I have 3 kids.
3 kids with all different interests and different age groups.
What time and which date it's going to be available.
3 different pickups, 3 different drop-offs.
Only want to go to the camps that their friends want to go to.
My kids get excited about it, but I never know what we're doing.
It takes so much time to find well-reviewed camps.
It's such a nightmare.
Living minute to minute.
Hi. This is loud. I'm Klaus, co-founder of ICA. We are a kids activity data platform, and we are disrupting a $100 billion kids activity industry that's wildly fragmented and does not have a clear market leader. Each year, parents spend more than $100 billion on kids activities, split between summer camps and different after school and weekend activities. More than 10 billion of that market is in the 7 wealthiest metropolitan areas. Think of your San Francisco Bay Area, Boston, and of course Denver. In those areas is where ICA's ideal customer lives. Double income families with 2 or more kids who have deep pockets to spend, but not a lot of time on their hands. And those parents are frustrated. They're having to spend a lot of valuable time trying to find good care for their kids. We know the pain. Myself and Jenny, my co-founder, we have spent long careers in tech, building software used by millions of users in data-heavy industries. Now we are putting that experience we have from our careers and the experience we have as parents to build ICA. ICA is Finnish, and it means time, because we want to give time back to busy parents. ICA aggregates all the kids' activity data into one platform and then gives parents tools to search, to book, to organize, and to share with other parents that data, helping them save time and reducing their mental load. We launched ICA last October for the Thanksgiving camps and winter camps and quickly gained traction, giving us confidence to move further. In February, we launched our revenue generating capabilities through marketing partnerships and direct booking capability. Once our platform was ready, we wanted to expand further and generated a process that allows us to expand beyond in different locations. Using the process, within 4 weeks, we get to revenue from launch. We are now live in 2 metropolitan areas and looking to expand further. The competitive landscape is evolving. There are a few venture-backed companies in this area, but compared to ICA, they lack the technical capabilities to scale and move fast. And I'm going to move forward. We are raising a $1 million pre-seed, which helps us expand to those markets, starting with San Francisco Bay Area and Washington, D.C. Kids' activities is an underserved industry, and me and Jenny are just getting started on it. And we would love for you all to join on our journey to give parents back something priceless, more time. Thank you.
Outstanding job, Klaus. Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin Allen. I'm the co-founder and board chair of Access Mode. I'm really surprised as a parent nobody's done this before. And when I look at what you're doing, I say to myself, couldn't you be replaced with AI? Isn't this what AI is built for? Talk to me about why AI is not the solution and why you are.
That's a good question. We actually utilize AI very heavily to do this, but when there were few competitors, we had a few competitors initially, but during COVID, that kind of destroyed the whole industry. And one of the reasons why that happened was because the economics of doing something like this didn't make sense. There was a very human labor intensive process of gathering all the data and so forth. So now AI actually enables us to do that. But the AI in itself is not our moat. Our moat is our ability to actually scale beyond, because with AI, yes, it's true, someone can just launch a website and so forth, but actually going nationwide, you need experience to that. And the second thing that is like the true kind of long-term moat for us is the parents, our users who trust us and who found like value in using us. And that's kind of like the long-term for us.
Absolutely, that makes sense. And speaking of economics, talk to us a little bit more about your revenue model and how you make money.
Yeah, so initially, like, we make revenue by helping the providers fill it in capacity. There's a common myth, for example, on summer camps, that they all fill out in January or February, and if you don't book a summer camp for your kids in that time, you missed the boat. But in reality, a lot of the providers are struggling filling their capacity. And they're happy to pay to ICA to help us fill their seats. And in the first months, we've been able to generate like thousands of dollars of new business to those camp providers and help parents then find care for their kids. So that is kind of like how we make revenue now. Long term, like I said, like the parents are our moat. And if we get to those ICPs, those double income families and so forth, if we were the trusted platform for those, there's a lot more revenue generating capabilities there.
Makes sense. I wish you were around 5 years ago. Thank you, Klaus. Thank you.
The promise of AI isn't the reality of AI. The results didn't land as planned. Companies cut their people to make room for it, and they're learning they need those people more than ever. The answer should have never been to replace people. It's to harness them and redesign the work around what only they can do. Affirmed turns workforce uncertainty into workflow intelligence. The companies that win will create value with their people, not without them. Now, let's get Affirmed.
This past 3-4 days, yep.
A major fintech company decided that AI could take the jobs of 700 customer service agents. A year later, they found out not the best decision, and they started hiring them back. That wasn't transformation. That was a company making a workforce decision on the promise of AI and not the reality. Hi, I'm Tish Scarborough, the founder and CEO of Affirmed, where we turned workforce uncertainty into workflow intelligence. I've spent 15 plus years in the big tech space, working across customer operations, focusing on digital transformation and enterprise technology. And as much as I love talking about strategy, technology, and processes, I found that a lot of companies focus more specifically on those two and not the people. Therefore, people are getting overlooked, their knowledge, their adaptability, and what they really have to offer. I've always been an advocate for the people, and that is what Affirmed is based on, the people. Today, what's happening in the workforce is that companies have access to AI activity. They see all the things happening. They also have a plethora of workforce data. But what they're not able to see is that the people that are contributing to these AI-enabled workflows and making them successful, they're not seeing the context rework. They're not seeing the judgment calls. They're not seeing the capabilities that individuals are really contributing to making their work easier and better. So with Affirmed, our focus is on a couple of things. Affirmed begins where AI deployment ends. I built a knowledge model called Earnest and named affectionately after my father and great-granddaddy. The focus of Earnest is to help individuals infer capabilities as they demonstrate them. Right now, capabilities are being inferred from various resources, so the truth is not necessarily being shown. What we want to do is help individuals make better decisions about what to scale, what to fix, and what remains human. And here's how you can help, dear friend. If you are a customer experience officer or a transformation officer, or if you know someone, then we are looking for paid pilots to help execute what I'm trying to achieve in the human AI operations space. The reality of AI is that you need humans at the end of the day. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Perfect. Fantastic job. So, you touched it at the very beginning in terms of hiring decisions based on AI. So a lot of the recent research does suggest that layoffs, even AI-driven ones, they don't actually improve performance. So I guess on that note, do you agree with that? Not only that, but how does that shape what you built with the firm?
Yes, so I absolutely agree with the research out there that says that laying off is not profitable for companies. And so as I've been building and designing Affirmed, my focus has been leaning into how do we take people's capabilities and skills and redeploy them in other parts of the business. We understand that AI is here to stay no matter what we do. So instead of laying off people and destabilizing the economy, let's move people into better positions so that their judgment and capabilities can shine through in other parts.
Man, that's awesome. So let's talk about the workers. So when it comes to monitoring, it's always a little sketchy, it seems. But how do you get people to provide you with honest feedback instead of gating the system?
Yeah. So I get geeked out about this one. So I didn't want to build a product that was surveillance focused. I wanted to build a product that would be mutually beneficial for both the employer and employee. So I've designed it from the data architectural perspective, but also a trust architectural perspective, where as the person provides us with more information, what they're actually getting is a career story to see how they're actually growing and changing and developing in their roles. People really care about their own selves. They don't necessarily care about the business. So why not meet the people where they are and give them what they need?
And it's like the perfect combination of technology, AI, and the human elements in the workforce. So congratulations, great job. If we can give her one more round of applause.
Hello, I'm Joe, co-founder of Bimify. I wanted to be in Colorado today to pitch Bimify to you, but unfortunately as we grow, I had to make a last-minute trip to Belgium to sign a few contracts. That's why I have the pleasure today to introduce you to Ambu. He's our lead business developer for the US, and he will tell you all about Bimify. Good luck, Ambu.
Sorry, that was loud. Real-time tracking feels obvious and expected. It is not a nice to have anymore. Even ordering a $12 pizza can be tracked real-time. Every football fan can track the team score instantly. But when it comes to construction project that's worth billions of dollars, there is no real-time tracking. This visibility gap is driven by failure cost, missing deadlines, and lots of billions of dollars in waste. The US construction digitization market is worth more than $10 billion, driven by labor pressure, tighter margins, and the growing need for transparency. Bimify has proven its approach in BIM mature European market, giving us a strong foundation for US expansion. How do Bimify solve this problem? Bimify uses 3 sources of information that defines construction progress. The BIM gives us the blueprint, the schedule tells us what to do, and the reality capture, working with fixed cameras, 360-degree cameras, and drones, tells us what is actually happening. Bimify can consolidate this information into one live view that tells the progress and deviations. And this information can also be transformed into alerts so the team can act on. Instead of working through multiple spreadsheets, photographs, and models, the project managers can review the risk, what actually happened, because we give visual evidence, and see what the team need to act on. How are we different from other vendors in the market? The other vendors focus on either BIM, or reality capture, or the schedule. Bimify can connect all 3, and it adds AI assistance, computer vision, issue detection, and XR. Bimify doesn't stop there. We are different where we can deploy this application into an existing project site, even if the project data is not perfect. This is all possible by our awesome 10 team members working from Europe and US. We are strongly supported by the accelerator group, construction industry networks, and subject matter experts. We have achieved a 147% growth and closed over close to €500,000 in 2025. 750 active live users are using the system, and we have 95 cameras already installed in some of the project sites. Our Bimify is a SaaS model. You pay per subscription, and the pricing scales per project site or construction site. In 2026, we raised about $1 million to accelerate our product development, expand our US presence, and increase sales. We are now looking for partners to work with us and to build with us, so together we can give a live scoreboard for the construction project. Thank you.
Anbu, thank you for that presentation. It's a really comprehensive solution. I think a lot of our audience members might not really understand the construction industry that well, and so some of this may have escaped them. But hopefully, you can clear this up for us. Talk to us about the biggest problems that Bimify solves for the construction industry.
Yeah, today, every construction project, there are three components, right? One is the blueprint, what needs to be done, the schedule, and what is actually happening. And none of the applications in the market today are all connected. What Bimify is trying to do is connect all three and give one live view, right? So you can see the visual evidence. There is no disconnect. It's real time. You can actually see what is happening, and that's the schedule, and the blueprint is all matching, right? It raises the alert, it raises the flag, and says, nope, that is a disconnect here. We got to fix it.
It's a big problem to solve. Talk to us about the other important thing for you as a startup, the business model and traction as of late. Tell us about some of the recent projects that you guys have undertaken.
Yeah, our business model, as I said, it's a SaaS model application. You pay for the subscription, and our pricing scales based on the project and construction site, right? And we also provide onboarding services, BIM and reality capture services that also produces revenue. And the one important thing is it doesn't have to be a new project site. That's where we are really, really different from the other people in the market. We can install this product in an existing project site. We are not changing any platforms or applications that is being used. We are an intelligent layer on top of it, right? And that's where we are different in the market. And when it comes to attraction, as I said, we have closed about $500,000 in 2025. And then we have raised this year in June 2026 about $1 million, some of the big name contractors and owners. And we are going to invest in product development, US expansion, and also increase our sales.
So now's the time to get in.
Definitely. Please scan the QR code. And again, I'm not the co-founder. I apologize. My co-founder couldn't come here today, but please scan the QR code. You will be able to reach out to him.
Anbu, you did a great job. Thank you
very much. Appreciate it.
I think one of the most powerful things as a solo founder is that Access Mode has really helped to increase my capacity, and it's really importantly been able to give me the tools to work through some of those core tasks that aren't necessarily inherent to my skill set. I'm a data scientist, so things like financial modeling and investor pitches haven't necessarily been something that's been top of mind. I've been building.
Yeah, so the Access Mode experience has been life-changing, honestly. My business has changed a lot. I actually changed the name. So if you can think of the name, the colors, the ICP, but there's been so much I've learned. But the biggest thing has been the camaraderie just in the cohort, being able to network with these people and create these bonds that I expect to last a lifetime.
Accelerators live up to their names. Well, at least Access Mode did. This accelerator, not only is it fast from a time, days perspective, but it is how quickly you move and you build, and you're shipping. You're shipping not a product, but you're shipping yourself. Like those constant iterations. And I don't think my stamina was ready.
Access Mode has been so great for me. I am so thrilled that I got accepted and was able to make it work with my other responsibilities. The main things are really, it's so customer focused, and every aspect of our business we are looking at through the lens of what do our customers need and validating against actual user feedback and customer.
What brought me to Access Mode? That's an interesting question. I had a chance encounter with Kevin Allen, who is the co-founder of Access Mode. And so he introduced me to Access Mode. I applied to Access Mode, and fortunately, I got into Access Mode. Access Mode has been everything I expected it to be, and even more. I expected to be challenged. I expected to be stressed. I had a bit of understanding of the startup world. So I needed something further than the things I knew. I needed something that would stretch my mind, that would put me in the right room with the right place, with the right people.
I love the work that Access Mode does, because I think that so often we talk about trying to build equal opportunity in our society, but because of the way a lot of things are set up, sometimes the only way you can do that is by gaining access to capital and access to deals and access to the right rooms, the right people. And if you don't already have a means to get that access, it feels really impossible. And Access Mode looked at that problem and said, okay, well, let's fix that part. Like, let's find people who are already talented, who are already doing great things, and just give them the means to go and make those things successful.
Awesome.
Everything my grandmother knew, she took with her. Where the insurance papers were, which accounts existed, the photographs we needed and couldn't find, and her voice. The stories only she could tell. The Legacy Index keeps it all in one place, so they can hear your voice again, see your face, know exactly where to look. Organized while you're here, delivered when they need it. The Legacy Index. Protect your legacy. Preserve your story.
Hey, my name is Avery Drake. I'm the CEO and the founder of the Legacy Index. We help families preserve what matters and prepare for what's next. When someone dies, families go into a scramble that no one is ready for. 56% of adults in America have no core estate planning, and it takes 400 plus hours to settle our loved ones' affairs. Oftentimes, the person that is left to carry the load is unprepared. They don't know where to find the information, who has it, and where to go when it's all over. It's a large market with two paths to growth. The digital legacy market is projected to be $30.1 billion by the year 2030. The great wealth transfer will move $124 trillion between now and 2048. Our opportunity is to help banks and wealth advisors to retain the client relationships and the assets as the money moves from one generation to the next. One promise, two tiers. Reserve is free. This is the place where families can collaborate, add their stories, photos, albums, recipes, all the memories that are worth passing down to the next generation. To prepare, that's premium. You have a secure vault, a guided plan, and an opportunity to leave messages to your loved ones for the future. Everybody has a piece, but no one owns the center. Google has photos and storage, but there's no plan. Storyworth tells a beautiful story, but the story ends when the book is closed.
trustworthy in every plans. They'll deliver your documents when you're gone, but they leave the memories out. I built this with my co-founder, Dr. Leanne Bridges. She is a licensed therapist with a specialization in intergenerational trauma and grief. I'm Avery. I lead the product. I built the platform. But we didn't build this from the outside looking in. We built it because we needed it. And that's why we're raising $750K to prove the model in the next 18 months. We'll launch, onboard our first families. We'll prove engagement and conversion, and we will validate our model without guessing through it. If you want to join us, scan the code and let's connect. Thank you.
Fantastic job. Great platform. So, okay. How can the Legacy Index help banks and wealth advisors navigate what you mentioned was the Great Wealth Transfer?
The Great Wealth Transfer. That is my favorite subject lately. So I've been speaking to a lot of bankers, boards of banks, and wealth advisors, and they are genuinely afraid. So basically what's happening is I'm afraid that when I leave, my son will have 10 million bucks and he will take it from the bank that I bank with and go, buy a yacht or something. So what we can do is bridge the gap. We can keep the banks and their advisors connected to the families and the trusted advisors that the family has. So the family members feel good when they leave their legacy, and the banks are still get to keep the money.
That makes sense. That's awesome. So what does the product offer beyond media and document storage?
So outside of storage, we have a discussion board. So families can go in and they can talk about everything. They can just check in, we can plan reunions or just ask questions. Then we have a family network and a family tree feature. They're separate. The family network is so that you can just view everybody in your family, but this includes, step parents and even godparents. The family tree is an option where you can view your actual lineage and trace it over time. And this passes down from generations, and you can add on to the tree. The family can actually collaborate there as well.
Man, that's awesome. It gives you a chance to keep the history and keep the future going at the same
That's
time.
it.
Man, that's awesome. Can we give him another round of applause? Legacy Index.
There are chemicals in your water right now. These chemicals interact with you in more ways than one. PFAS, 15,000 compounds, engineered to last forever. They cause slow development in children and several thousand new cancer cases every year in the U.S. alone. Filters trap PFAS, they don't destroy it. The world doesn't need a better filter. It needs cost-effective and scalable PFAS destruction. Oxi is electrochemistry that breaks up PFAS permanently. No waste stream, no transfer, no cycle. We don't remove PFAS, we end them permanently.
At the end of today, every one of us gathered here would have interacted with PFAS in several ways without even knowing it. From toothbrushes to toothpaste to cosmetics to pharmaceuticals. And at the end of the life cycle of these materials, including plastics, they will find themselves in landfills. From landfills, the PFAS will leach into the aquifers, and then from the aquifers back to our drinking water. And that is the reality of our world today. That said, the PFAS cleanup market gives us a great deal of opportunities. We have x-rayed 4 potential beachheads, and we have a total addressable market of over $20 billion from these 4 beachheads. We are concentrating on the municipal water, which includes landfill leachates and industrial manufacturers. So what makes us capable, or what gives us the impression that we are capable of solving the PFAS issue? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce myself to you at this stage. My name is Charles Wamba. I have a PhD in physical chemistry, designing and manufacturing materials to break down PFAS and other hard-to-degrade organic and inorganic contaminants. I happen to hail from a research lab that has the good reputation of PhD students transitioning their research work into successful startups. That said, we are building
product development team. We have a great deal of support from Access Mode, from Steve Behrens, and from Jake Savaju. They have been our commercialization team. Now we go forward. What makes Oxize unique? What distinguishes us from the pack? There have been other players in this field. What makes us unique? We're able to generate 1,000 gallons per hour, and we can scale up to 12,000 gallons per hour under continuous flow mode, meaning we do not have to pause, unlike our competitors that will have to pause, go into batch processes. Even though filtration has up to 1 million gallons per hour, sometimes more, filtration doesn't solve the PFAS issue. It just recycles it. And we have the lowest OPEX and CAPEX cost. And there's a good reason for this. We have 2 approved patents, 1 patent filing on modified graphite. And because of the nature of our electrode, we are able to go into continuous flow and into scalable processes. Our competitors do not have this advantage because of the fundamental laws of physics. It's not that thing. For example, there's a limit that you can scale titanium oxide. There's a limit you can scale diamond, doped diamond. It's just fundamental laws of physics. They can't go about that. And we can also deploy. We are mobile. And because of the fact that we use graphite, we are 4 to 10 times cost effective compared to our competitors. We are raising a $2 million save, and we are looking for warm introductions for partnerships. And thank you for your time and attention.
Nice to meet you, Charles. Awesome
Thank you,
presentation
Marcella.
and pitch.
Thank you.
So talk to us about why people should care about PFAS if they're not in manufacturing or not in an industry that needs to purify these chemicals out.
Okay, so the PFAS issue goes beyond industry, goes beyond manufacturing. At this scale, at this stage, they are always present in the water that we take, and they're not just there for fun. Last year, Nature published an article of 6,000 new cancer cases traced to PFAS, and they speculated that it would increase every year as people go for testing. And these are new cases, different etiology from cancers that we know, coupled with slow development in children. So it's more or less a pandemic because the PFAS issue is a global issue. It's something that we should take serious.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. You've convinced me. I'm sold. If I want to buy your product, how much does a unit cost, and what would be the maintenance costs per year?
For 1,000 gallons per hour, a unit will cost from $2 million, and the maintenance cost, service fees, and consumables will be 10% of that.
Thank you, Charles. And lastly, you mentioned 2 million. So what type of key milestones would you expect to achieve with 2 million?
We have 3 milestones with $2 million. The first one is to build a pilot and proof of products to prove that, look, we can indeed scale from a prototype scale to a pilot scale. The second one is to build our team. We are building up a team, so we need a product manager, a product launch manager. And the third one is to build the IP, build more IP, find more IP, secure the future of the company by creating a robust IP around the parent IPs.
Fantastic. Thank you, Charles. One more round of applause for Charles.
Thank you so much.
Childhood has changed. From hours spent with friends, riding bikes and playing outside, to hours spent alone. The result? 49% of kids face a mental health illness. We can change their stories. We have to.
you know that 1 in 5 little kids has a current diagnosed mental health illness? And loneliness as early as age 6 predicts depression and self-harm at age 16. We have got to start focusing on prevention, and we can. All the evidence agrees that time with friends plays a major and lasting role in a child's mental health. In fact, kids with close friends are 80% less likely to have anxiety and depression. So time with friends, these playdates, they matter. And parents know this. Parents know this. 60% of them want more playdates, but they just don't happen. Why? Because it's another difficult task on mom's never-ending to-do list. This is a personal mission. My oldest was depressed and suicidal at age 7. My 2 others want a playdate every single day. So no matter where a child is on the social spectrum, our mission is the same: friendship for every child. Time to Play puts playdates on autopilot so they actually happen. Imagine you're an anxious parent about to send your baby to kindergarten, but you get invited by your school to their kinder crew. You join some of their group playdates where your kid makes friends before school even starts. Now, Time to Play automates the playdate planning to foster those new friendships. We remember, so you don't have to initiate. We even suggest who through our proprietary friendship algorithm or friends you've added to your playdate queue. The when and the where we take care of, all in a highly secure group for a community you're already in. In this case, a school, but it could be a church, club, or sports team. We have new crews at over a dozen schools, and 86% of our parents come in through families they know and trust. Now, our market starts at 25 million US families, and with our premium and partnerships business model, we make money exactly where we build community. But the real opportunity is this. In the US, we spend $50 billion treating youth mental health. Imagine if we took just a fraction of that and spent it on upstream prevention through friendship and belonging, the suffering we could prevent together. It takes a village. I'm Esther Davey, the founder of Time to Play, a busy mom of 3, and I have been building community my entire life as a Navy brat, an Army wife, a PTA member, and a lifelong salesperson. With my CTO, who has deep tech experience and a similar family story. Of course, it takes a great team of advisors with great expertise. We are looking to raise in fall of 2027. And we are looking for 2 new strategic advisors, one in the school districts and another in child development. So if you think kids should have friends, show me your phone. Don't be shy, your phone, okay. Scan this QR code to follow along and join us as we bring friendship to every child. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Esther. I am a mom to 2 elementary age children, and you had me at the very first 2 seconds of the presentation and pitch. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you shared about your own family. Can you also share with us, why is your team the right team to be building this?
Grit. Not to get too spiritual on everybody, but I feel like all of my life experiences have led up to this. So I mentioned I was military. My husband and I moved here when I was 26 years old. It was the 13th city I'd ever lived in. And no joke, the first place I ever felt at home. And it's because we built that intentional community here in Colorado. And I want kids to have that for themselves, no matter where they are, how long they're there for. The other side is a lifelong salesperson, had a lot of access to tools. I was very spoiled with Calendly links and comparing calendars and CRMs. I could not believe that when I became a parent, we scheduled all of our meetings through text. Imagine if you had to schedule every single one of your meetings through text. We'd probably have a lot less meetings.
Yes. I love seeing the passion that you have for this product. And can you walk us through your business model?
Certainly. So with a direct-to-consumer product and then with B2B2C in the future, we're focusing on premium right now so we can really perfect product market fit. We had some paid users in our MVP, and we'll be launching our premium version soon in that. But really in our partnerships is where it gets exciting. So think of them in twofold. One is where partnerships with organizations that mission and community is already part of their funded mission. So cities, counties, school districts, churches, that type. And then the other is where engagement and community actually increases their business model through retention and keeping people on board, thinking like preschools, clubs, and sports teams.
Awesome. Thank you, Esther. One last question. You mentioned not raising until 2027. Can you share where is Time to Play headed next?
Absolutely. We have a lot of our kinder crews starting this fall, and we're really focused on learning from our users over the next few months, perfecting the product, and then starting those partnership conversations.
Fantastic. Thank you, Esther, so much. One more round of applause for Esther.
Maya runs food security programs across the state. She knows her work cold. But when her board asks how her impact compares county to county, her answer is, give me 2 weeks. The data is buried in a dozen funder spreadsheets. Half her team's time goes to reporting, not serving. $100 billion a year wasted. In paid pilots, Data Love turned weeks of reporting into minutes. Staff time and dollars back to the mission. The Data Love Company. Purposeful AI for purpose-driven work.
Hey, this is surreal. I used to be a Gustie, so this is kind of wild right now. But that number that you just saw, that $100 billion wasted every year across the social sector on compliance and reporting, that is so real. I've watched it in real time through my work with nonprofits and public sector agencies over the years. I'm Jasmine Matapali, and I built Data Love Co. because paperwork should not ever, ever, ever be the reason that a family doesn't get fed or housed. So here's what we've built. Data Love is a full stack data team at your fingertips. Querying, analytics, reporting, forecasting. You can watch our AI data expert, we call her Dorothy. You can ask which counties are gonna run short next month, and she'll get you a board-ready answer in seconds. LLMs don't do math very well, so Dorothy never lets our AI do arithmetic. And she always shows her work for auditability. If you run a SNAP Ed program, for example, you're required to report in pairs. ChatGPT has no idea what that means, but we've built for it. And that kind of specialization, you can't fake it and you can't rush it. We've used over 200 nonprofit and interviews and surveys to shape every single feature at Data Love. Our partners also share transaction level data that you can't scrape or buy. And our competitors are either trustworthy but difficult or easy but unreliable. That top right corner, that's audit ready and conversational. That's the space that we own. And why now? Federal hunger reporting and others just went dark for the first time in over 30 years. And that's right as AI finally speaks plain language. And the opportunity is actually bigger than you might think. This is a $20 billion category, but honestly, the number that I really care about is the smaller one. 840 winnable accounts in food security and housing. We get 14% of those, and we reach our early revenue targets. And none of this, and it's already working. Our freemium tier is live today. Program directors are already working on our first paid tier, and we've got nearly $200,000 in revenue either signed or in flight. That New York City pilot that you saw in the video earlier, that was 7.5 weeks of work that we got down to under 20 minutes with 99% accuracy and 0 hallucinations. We're raising, that's okay, yeah, clap for it. I was impressed too.
We're raising a 500,000 pre-seed round. Our first milestone is hitting 650K in ARR with 34 customers. And we're on a funded path to 2.4 million in ARR and being seed ready. None of this happens alone. This is my team of data nerds, data lovers. Data lovers. I'm a military intelligence officer turned data scientist. I'm a PhD candidate officially as of last week on human AI collaboration in human services. I also have 3 machine learning patents built with 2 people on this slide right here in this building. 5 of us built together at Gusto. Christy runs our technical program office. Henry leads partnerships, and my advisors span Google, Artifact Rising, and the University of Denver. We've got an amazing team. So here's where this goes. Housing, education, economic stability. We're building the trusted source for social determinants, data, and insights. 2 ways that you can help today. 1, scan that QR code. Our first free tier, Data Love Spark, is live today. You can be chatting with your community's data in time for dinner. Second, introductions to mission-driven organizations drowning in reporting and impact investors who want to get in early. At Data Love, we're building more than just software. We're building infrastructure for a more responsive public sector. With gratitude and Data Love, thank you. You got it? Thank you.
Wow, Jasmine, what an outstanding presentation and what an elegant solution. I'm curious as to why we're starting in nonprofit and government sector. What was your inspiration for starting those verticals?
Amazing question. I get it a lot, Kevin. At enterprise level organizations, they typically have the capacity to build out data teams. In an organization that's focused on feeding families, what they normally have is a spreadsheet and a dream. And so that's really why we wanted to start there. We also see a lot in the news about AI taking jobs, and I really wanted no part of that. I wanted to build a solution that gave people their jobs back, and especially the parts of the jobs that they had thought they were signing up for. And so that's really at the heart of my why.
I love that. I love that. So speaking of AI, right? I bet a lot of people are saying, well, why don't you just drop some stuff in Claude or Anthropic, whatever, and go from there? What really differentiates Data Love from just using traditional AI models?
Another great question. I also do get that one a lot. Most general AI it takes a brute force approach, and I akin this to trying to boil the ocean. And at Data Love, we've built out a staged knowledge model approach that keeps human agency in the loop by design. And that gets that ocean down to the pot before we start heating things up. And that really is the differentiator. Not only is it more reliable and trustworthy, but it's also cheaper, both financially and environmentally. So we want to build AI responsibly. Small pot, right answers.
Accuracy is so important, right? Because
Yes.
these organizations live and die on that data, and you're giving it to them the way they need to get it and accurately.
Yeah, and I think like one other thing I want to do, I think this is very sensitive, nuanced, high moral stakes data and information. If an AI is going to touch it, it really should be built by someone who understands the weight of that at an ethical level.
So important. Jasmine, Data Love, thank you so much.
So much, Kevin.
Woo! They were on fire. Give it up one more time. Come on. Come on. Not just 1 or 2 of them. Were phenomenal. I'm talking every single one of them, every 9 of them blew it out of the park. I really can't wait for you all to get the opportunity to talk to them about what next steps are, about the intricacies of how they've been building, more about why they've been building. It's going to be such a great time when we get to the networking. What we did just witness was so much intention, loaded intention behind the resilience, the dedication, the humility and curiosity to build, to go through an accelerator. Y'all heard Tish. This was accelerated. This was, you said it right. And so they've put so much into it. And so thank you all again for coming out. The work that we do here at Access Mode, at the core of it, we believe that entrepreneurship is truly the most powerful vehicle to creating opportunities and strengthening communities. Want to thank those who pour into Access Mode to help make this dream come true. From our co-founders, to me getting on board, to the founders who believe in Access Mode and who are truly searching for those types of resources that they probably did not know existed. Thank you. Thank you especially to Gusto for this incredible opportunity to host here. Thank you to every other person in the room as well who continue to pour in any type of way. Doesn't always have to be financial. There's so much heart love in this room, so many friends and family. Which brings me to the introduction of the person who's coming after me, who has significantly poured into this mission. This person can be defined by dedication and drive and grit and all the things we know an entrepreneur to truly be. This person has given so much of themselves in their career to creating pathways when there have not been any. I know none other. So if you all don't give me your biggest hand clap and whoop for the Zanetta Kelsey. Oh. Our CEO and co-founder.
Thank you. Thank you, Ariez. And thank you all for being here. And I will take a step back and a whole entire seat because this is not about me. This is truly about these founders who got up here today and did their thing. This is our 4th cohort, and I can't even believe that. This started with Kevin and I on a call during the pandemic, thinking about the challenges that were being faced in the communities that we serve. Many of you know that story. Many of you know that we pushed pause on everything, he and I, to make this opportunity available. And I could not be any prouder of these people who got up here on this stage. They're the ones that we did this for. And y'all made us proud. Y'all made us proud. This is why we do this. And like I said, it's not about he and I, it's about really opening the door. We really sat back and said, what can we do here? We're going to make introductions. We're going to create curriculum. We're going to get tools. We're going to get a space where this can happen. And every time we've said that we're going to do something, we actually face a challenge. That's entrepreneurship. That's entrepreneurship for anyone. That's entrepreneurship, especially for the communities and people that we serve. Last year, we almost didn't make it. Things changed. The winds changed from 2020, when it was let's invest and let's open all the doors for all the people and all the big tech companies are going to do all these great things, to last year, night and day. But we didn't stop. We reached out to some of the people who are in this room who said, we're going to double down on our support for you. Some people stepped back, and that's okay, because the God I serve said, it's okay. I got you, okay? So we're here. Our founders did this thing. This was the first time we decided that we were going to do a themed cohort. And this cohort was about human flourishing, with so much talk about intelligence and super intelligence on the way, and eventually quantum. We knew that it was really important to find the founders who are not just solving tech problems. They can go anywhere, truly. There's Y Combinator, Techstars. There's so many different places where, and that's great. I'm so glad they have those places to go. But we want to be a place that resembles the heart and the mission that we've been given, which is about encouraging people and not just products, but encouraging and building into the founders. So we started with a retreat day. Y'all remember that? Wasn't that special? That was real special. And they have met every single Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, mostly in person, sometimes remote, and built bonds with one another and leveraged the advisors that we put in front of them and showed up, didn't miss meetings, didn't miss calls, did their thing, and connected in ways that we wanted to see them do. You know, it's nothing like giving somebody a card and saying, hey, I'm making a connection for you, and they drop off. No, that wasn't these founders. They leaned in. And I can't wait to see what happens next for each of them. They're about to be official Access Mode alumni. But also I want to tell you about what's happened really quickly with Access Mode since we started. We now have had, I think, 6 total interns come through the doors of Access Mode, and they're off doing great things and helping out in so many ways. The videos that you watched today, those were by our college intern. And I want to shout out Colin. Thank you so much. He's running B-roll. He did a great job. We also have Zachary, who's been moving chairs and running about, and he's doing a high school. He and Sophia are doing a high school AI Innovation Challenge next week and leading that for high schoolers. We also have someone who's not here, our newest employee. Unfortunately, she is out for illness, but Yash, we thank her for her work in helping us here. Stephen Krieger. Woo! Yeah. Stephen came in as our new program manager. Sam Hauser passed the baton to him, and Stephen came in and he supported these founders as best he could and did a beautiful, beautiful job doing it. And Stephen, I thank you so much for the ways that you showed up. And let me tell you about Arias Evans. Every year, yes, every year I give her her flowers, literal flowers. This year, she's had some health complications, environmental allergies that nearly took her out a couple of times with us throughout this cohort. And just know, Arias, your flowers will come. They won't be in the form of actual pollen, but they're coming because she has been right there by our side. She's been helping the cohort. She's been helping with mentors and CIRs. And speaking of mentors, CIRs, which CIR, let me explain what that means. Our chiefs and residents over financials and marketing, and our advisors, our entrepreneur in residence, our investor in residence. We don't do this work alone. We have community and partners and funders that make this work happen. And I'm looking across the room and I'm seeing so many of you here. And I'm so grateful. And then our vendors, our photography, our food vendors, all the people that help to make this possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to you, family and friends, this is just the beginning for these founders. They're at the earliest of stages. So I encourage you, let's talk real talk. They're going to hit a wall. They're going to hit many walls. They're going to have many hard days. They're going to need your continued encouragement. So I think I'm thinking in my mind like a new slow, like check on a founder. Check on a founder, okay? Like maybe make it the first of the month. For some of you, you got bills due. Okay, maybe not that day. Okay, the 10th of the month, put in your calendar. Check on a founder today. We need to do that because truly with the advent and the boom of AI, there's so much opportunity and potential for new startups to be created so that the power of the people is not just in a group of people, so that throughout tech, it's distributed amongst all the people. And so to do that, we need more founders. So if you're talking to somebody and they're like, hey, I don't want to work this job anymore, and they have a level of subject matter expertise and especially some grit, send them our way. We want to meet them. We want to know about them. We want to help them take ownership into their own hands. And so with that, I am going to make an introduction to one of our awesome interns who's been our program assistant, Sophia. Sophia, can you come on up? She is our program assistant intern from Colorado School of Mines, where she is double majoring in engineering, 2 different disciplines, and she has been right there with these founders from the beginning. Sophia has some things to share with this group of founders. Sophia, thank you so much.
Thank you for the warm introduction. My name is Sophia Tassin, and I was the program intern for Access Mode. This summer, I had the amazing opportunity to work alongside a brilliant group of founders and seeing their dedication to creating a meaningful impact. They are truly inspiring people, and I can't wait to see what's ahead for each one of you. That being said, I would like to welcome on stage our program manager, Steven Krieger, along with our Cohort 4 founders.
Yes, founders, please come up. Okay, so we want to award these guys and recognize their hard work. So I'm going to call their names. You can do a little applause right now, but I want to make sure I get to call everybody's name, and then you can do a big round of applause for everybody. I do real quick want to say thank you to Zanetta and Kevin for letting me be a part of this. You guys are amazing. Ariez has carried so much weight in this cohort. You are amazing. Sophia, Zachary, Colin, wherever you guys are, you're amazing. And so now I want to recognize the amazing people who are in the spotlight for tonight, our founders. So we're going to give them a little certificate just to recognize the hard work they've put in. I'm going to call their names. We can give them just a little round of applause, okay? So representing Trameter and his co-founders, Victoria and Bezoye, is Perry Perawari. Representing Explarian and his co-founder Lillian is Jordan Kenge. Representing Ica and his co-founder Yenny is Klaus Ilberg. Representing Affirmed is Tish Scarborough. Representing Bimify and his co-founder Yo and all the others is Anbu Tungaraj. Representing Legacy Index and his co-founder and mom, who's here today, Avery Drake. Representing Oxize and his whole team, Charles Wamba. Representing Time to Play, Esther Davey. And representing Data Love Co. and her Gusty Data Nerds is Jasmine Matapali. Founders, I hope that Access Mode has gotten to play a part in your story and that you look back on this time as a time that was really helpful and filled with growth. But I also want to recognize that every bit of growth and everything that you have put into this, that's the reason that you are where you are today. You guys did that. You guys built that. And I know that you will continue doing it. So can we please give them one last round of applause? And now I would love to dismiss all of you to mingle, hang out, talk, say hi to these founders, tell them how amazing they are, because they are. Thank you for joining us here. We love you guys.